Falcon, BTS all received. Traffic update, coal methane dockhead outbound. Norwegian Prima on a two berth getting underway now. At 17:30, we have the Arvia from the Ocean Dock and the Viking Queen from 101. Pontus Highway, Southampton BTS, channel 12.
Oh, shipmates. Oh dear, not working again. Just can't get rid of that frog out of my throat. There we go. There's the Coral Methane. She's the bunkering vessel. She was here yesterday as well for Iona and Arvia, delivering LNG, liquid natural gas. You can see that written in large letters on the side. And today she's been bunkering for Arvia, except she's departed on time. Yesterday she delayed the departure of Iona till 5:30.
This is Southampton BTS. If you keep watch now on this channel and channel 09, over.
We have three departures today. Norwegian Prima. She's singled up and all ready to go. Arvia, Piano's Arvia will depart at 5:30. She's at the Ocean Terminal. And then Queen Anne, she will also depart at 5:30 and she's at the other end of port. Where's my map? There we go, I'll show you the map. So Queen Anne, she's actually pointing the correct direction. She'll steam on down and out. But Norwegian Prima is facing the wrong direction. So she's going to come to the middle swing round and give us a little twirl and then head on out. Weather is not bad. It's still a bit undecided this time of year. We've got a 17 degrees C and a little bit of a breeze, and it's not quite, do I put the jumper on? Do I put a light jacket on? It's that sort of weather. Not quite sure what the weather is. If you're in the shade and the wind's whipping around the corner, it's quite unpleasant. If you're in the pub garden.
Yes, coal methane, that's Western Southampton.
Coal methane, BTS all received. Red Jets there. Lanes Lake in. Red Falcon SO in. Over.
There you go, it's coral methane just disappearing off the side of the screen there. Where was I? Oh yes, I was saying about how nippy the weather was. Yes, not quite. Well, it's sort of pub weather garden if you can find a sheltered pub garden in the sun. And if it's a windy one in the shade, it's no good today. Right, I'm going to have a quick look at the map. I should think Mr. Whippy's doing a roaring trade. Apparently he was so busy yesterday he ran out of Mr. Whippy. Which seems... Oh, yeah, I'm just spotting that Norwegian Prima has moved away slightly from the dock. There you go. I think she's moved away slightly. I think she's visible on the edge of Boxcam. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just about, I think. Or is that... No, I think that might be a container ship. I'm seeing that... No, I think that's a container ship. I should know the difference, shouldn't I, really, shipmates? Oh, dear. I see we have plenty of shipmates in the chat. Hi there, Hades. Hi there, Mrs. Ayo. I think
Viking Queen, Southampton BTS.
I think Mrs. Ayo has been having a jolly decent time on the Isle of Wight. I don't know if she's still there. Hi there, Elizabeth Leeborn. Oh, yes, I think she's... There you go, it still is on the Isle of Wight. Hi there, Edward Coates. Ahoy there, Rich Wolf 32.
Station calling Viking Queen.
Viking Queen, this is Southampton BTS. Question, do you have a...
Ahoy there, Neil Mundy.
Negative, we don't have short side gangway prepared now. We have stern ramp.
Turn wrap or receive, thank you.
Ahoy there, Paula Jones.
Yeah.
I think I've got everyone there. Shipmate Shepherd Book, he's in Texas, and it's 22C where I am, but it's also...
Red Jet 7, yes, you may proceed as safe to do so. Norwegian
Good morning.
Prima coming off 102 berth. Using the middle swing and ground and then outbound.
In case you're wondering, I'll give you some sample prices here on Norwegian Prima from our channel sponsor, Port Love Cruise. If you're ever interested in a cruise out of the Port of Southampton, he specialises in that, and he'll be able to sort you out. Anyway, this is a 14 night in September. It's a one-way cruise. In fact, that's exactly what Norwegian Prima is doing today. It's a one-way cruise from Southampton to Reykjavik. But obviously this one goes to Reykjavik, Belfast and Paris. So this cruise departs 14 nights, departs to Le Havre, Belfast, Reykjavik, Ilsefjord, Akureyri, Geiranger, Bergen, then Stavanger, Norway, and then back to the Port of Southampton. But more importantly, what is Norwegian Prima doing today? She's doing something similar. She's taking a one-way 11-day trip to Reykjavik. She's calling it Zeebrugge, for Bruges in Belgium, then Amsterdam in the Netherlands, then Bergen in Norway, Geiranger in Norway, and then Ålesund in Norway. Then she's heading over to Iceland, and then it's Akureyri in Iceland, Ilsefjord in Iceland, and Reykjavik in Iceland. And then finally, and that's it. That's it. It arrives in Reykjavik, of course. Then for the entirety of the summer, or well, yes, until about September, she's doing a one-way to Iceland, and then a one-way to Southampton, and a one-way to Iceland, a one-way to Southampton, and so on and so forth. So that's what the Norwegian Prima is up to. And there's an example of some prices there on Norwegian Prima from 1947, inside cabin for 14 nights. Alternatively, this is one on Norwegian Star. 14 nights, September next year. Again, calling in at Reykjavik, Edinburgh and Bergen. Haven't heard any numbers yet on Norwegian Prima. Norwegian Prima is a relatively new ship. You know, I don't think I've droned Norwegian Prima. I'll have to I'll think about that. I've noticed I'm behind with my little drone videos. I often make drone videos of all the ships that come into Port Southampton. I've noticed I'm quite a bit behind on some of the ships these days. Norwegian Prima, built in 2022. It makes her 3 years old. Built at a cost of approximately $850 million US dollars. And of course, that's just for the ship, not for all the fixtures and fittings. According to my specifications, yes, it's 0 horsepower. I don't think that's right. I think there's a couple of digits missing there somewhere. 294 metres long, 44 metres in beam. It's got a passenger capacity of somewhere between 3,200 and 4,000. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how many people on board. And is typical with the Norwegian lines. She has the hull graphics. Now, just a minute, you can probably see more or less in the centre of your screen, it looks like a helter-skelter going down the side of the ship. That is indeed exactly what it is. It is a helter-skelter that goes from the top of the ship all the way down to the bottom of the ship. Norwegian Aqua has the very similar helter-skelter, and I thought it took you to the buffet, and no, it doesn't, actually. I was very disappointed. Someone's led me astray on information there. I thought, what a great way to get down from the top deck down to the bottom deck, where the buffet is, but no. You'll also notice that towards the very top of the ship is, in fact, a go-kart track. They've done away with that on Norwegian Aqua. Looking very good. I like the hull graphics on this one. They're sort of a nautical theme. She has sister ships with Norwegian Viva, Norwegian Aqua, Norwegian Luna. And she was christened by Katy Perry, no less. still see the Circus Berlin, or the Circus Extreme, down there in Mayflower Park. You can tell whenever the circus is having a performance on, because it really fills up the park with cars. We're almost desperate to find somewhere to park. Yes, I'll show you. This is the Helter Skelter. There we go. I'll zoom in a bit for you. There you go. It's a dry slide, so you sit in this little bag thing and you whiz all the way down. This one's got two. And like I say, I thought it took you to the
Southampton VTS, the Queen Anne.
But it doesn't.
Queen Anne, Southampton VTS.
VTS Queen Anne, pilots on board, maximum draft 8.2 metres, outbound to Stavanger. Vessel is almost ready, we're just singling up. I have spoken to the pilots on the Arvia. If we're ready, we're going to immediately follow the Prima out as we are ready to go.
Ooh, Queen Anne's early. There you go, that's the go-kart track at the very top.
VTS, that's all received. Type PC pass of the Pontus Highway, board in 1800, in for 35.
Very good, thank you. And numbers if you're ready, Dan.
Yes, ready for numbers.
Ready.
Fantastic. They're good with numbers.
2796, crew 1232, giving a total 4028 plus 1.
2796 1232 and your south will receive.
I must say, recently the ships have been very good about giving us the passenger numbers early. I mean, sometimes they just don't seem to do it, or they do it so far away that I don't pick it up on the radio. Oh, that's crew numbers, passenger numbers and crew numbers for Queen Anne. So Queen Anne has a maximum passenger capacity of around about 3,000 to 3,300, but she's got 2,800 passengers aboard, 1,232 crew. So she's got full complement of crew and only ever so slightly light on passengers. So pretty much a very full ship. Oh, look at this. Prima is filling our screens here. Mayflower Park, of course, excellent place to go ship spotting. Get a great view of the ships and access to a Mr. Whippy as well, assuming he hasn't sold out. Oh, the shipmate Nathan Ozan says, do we still got cruise cam? We still have cruise cam. Unfortunately, it's gone offline and I haven't had a chance to go over there and reactivate it. I can't connect to it remotely. It's one of two options. Option one is that it's gone kaput, which I hope that's not the case, but it has been a bit temperamental lately. Option two is that the tenants in the building have unplugged it and plugged in the vacuum cleaner, which I'm hoping is the case. It has happened before. You need to put a big sticker on the plug saying, do not disconnect, important. I don't think we've seen Norwegian Prima turn around clockwise before. I like this. They all seem to be going clockwise more recently. There was a whole big phase recently of going anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. This one's going clockwise. You can see the swept back bow of Norwegian Prima, and you can see the graphics on board. Down the side of the ship there, on the hull. And it's some lovely graphics on some of these ships. I'm not going to voice an opinion about whether or not I like them or not. Some of them I like more than others. This one I think is more in keeping. Look at how close she is to the land. It's amazing. You're down in the park and you see such massive ships just carefully spinning around right in front of you. Here's the prices from Paul from the cruise for a 14 nights trip to Iceland and back, calling in at Le Havre, Belfast, Reykjavik. Also 4 in Iceland, Akureyri in Iceland, and then Gellinger in Norway, Bergen in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, and then back to Port of Southampton. Prices from 1947. That's for September this year. Give you an idea on some prices. We've got some prices for Queen Anne, and there's one of the cruises that Paul popped me through some prices, and I'm very impressed, actually. I might have to give him a call and make a booking. Only problem with the...
Southampton VTS, Arvia.
Oh, we've got Arvia on already now. Is she going to give some numbers?
Arvia, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, VTS, Arvia, good afternoon. Pilot on board, currently alongside 46 berth, port side to key.
Deepest draft 8.7, no reported defects. Vessels outbound for La Coruña. Scheduled for 17:30 departure. Just going to keep an eye on the Queen Anne, see when she gets away. We'll either go ahead of her or astern of her, depending on how quickly she gets down there.
Arvia, Southampton ETS, that's all received. Queen Anne's called in, she's getting ready now, but obviously you'll see where she is when you're ready. No other traffic for you.
Yeah, that's all copy. It's most likely that she'll get away ahead of us and we'll wait for her to pass before we back out.
All received.
They're all keen to get away early on time today, aren't they? And we get to see straight down the front. You can see the helter-skelter there, the dry slide sticking out to the starboard side. I think it's another slide on the port side as well. Full of slides, this old Norwegian Prima. Yeah, good, lovely job of that turn there. So I'm not quite sure which ship's next away. The Queen Anne has radioed in and said that she's all singled up, ready to go. And equally so has the Arvia. She said that she's also ready to go. I'm not sure which one will be next. I do like it when they're all grouped closely together like this. Looks like a rib there, nipping past, breaking the speed limit. Paul, our sponsor from Love Cruise, says he likes the way Prima's lifeboats are all tucked out of the way. Yes, I see what you're saying. I also like the fact that they are colour coordinated. The lifeboats. There we go. They're actually white lifeboats with yellow accents. Makes them blend into the whole really well. Ahoy there, shipmate Kate Holt. Welcome aboard, shipmate. That's some excellent honking there from Norwegian Prima. That's a good quality horn, that one was. That was an excellent horn. Very good. I don't know why, some of the horns definitely sound much louder than other ones. What I need to do is find a way of delaying the horn noise by a couple of seconds, because I hear it on my headphones, and then I have to switch over, and it takes me miss a little bit. Okay, that's a little... I'm adding lists and lists of my things to do. Look, there's something to do on this channel. There is something to fix. There's lots of cameras to fix. Cameras seem to be a bit... well, they're a bit annoying these days. If it's not the cameras, it's the internet connection, or... I don't know. Anyway, that's not your problem, shipmates. That's a problem for the captain. Oh, which reminds me. 19 minutes into the broadcast. I don't know whoever's got 19 minutes on the Captain's Spanner sweepstake, but here we go. Well, shipmates, in case you're wondering, I'm the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from here in the port of Southampton. A mere 19 minutes into my broadcast, and I remember my banner. Excellent. Now, unfortunately, yes, because the sun is quite strong, we get a lot of reflection of the water, and because the sun's behind the ship, makes looking at the ship a little tricky.
Southampton BTS, Red Falcon just approaching the hard line in for all pier. Permission to maintain speed, please.
Red Falcon, yes, may proceed as safe to do so. Norwegian Prima there, pier head, outbound, over.
Yeah, see you there. Thank you very much.
Yep, Norwegian Prima. She's now heading out. Finished her swing. Heading off, like I say, she spends the whole of the summer.
Cow, Southampton ETS, all received, 12 and 3.
Spends the whole of the summer going from Southampton to Reykjavik and then Reykjavik back to Southampton. She does that all the summer until September. Pretty much reversing what she's doing on the way up. But today, she's heading to Reykjavik. So she's calling in Zeebrugge in Bruges, then Amsterdam in Holland, then Bergen in Norway, Geiranger in Norway, and Ålesund in Norway. Then following Akureyri in Iceland, Ísafjörður in Iceland, and then Reykjavik in Iceland.
Queen Anne VTS, still received. Red Falcon, Western South inbound.
Queen Anne? I haven't heard Queen Anne on the radio.
VTS Norwegian Prima, pier head by Iona.
Norwegian Prima VTS, that's all received. Red Falcon, Western South inbound.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the question is, which ship is away next? Is it going to be the Queen Anne? Is it going to be the Arvia? The Arvia is closer. So if the Norwegian Prima passes by and Arvia hasn't done anything yet, or sorry, Queen Anne hasn't done anything yet, then Arvia will probably get going. Unfortunately, I can't see any lines. I've got a problem with the cruise camera. I'm not going to say it's either broken or someone's switched it off. I'm hoping it's someone's switched it off. Mistakenly plugged in the vacuum cleaner.
VTS, this is Red Jet 7. We're shortly away from Town Quay for Cowston, please.
Red Jet 7, VTS, still received. Jump may proceed. Norwegian Prima there, pier head outbound. Red Falcon, dock head in. Over.
That's all copy. Thanks very much, 7 out.
Oh, I can see quite a few shipmates on the top there. Yeah, quite busy on top deck. I don't know if we got any numbers. Do we have any numbers for Norwegian Prima? Let's check. No, we have numbers for Queen Anne. Yeah, no numbers for Norwegian Prima as of yet.
Hi, VTS. All received.
I'll have a quick look on the map, see if Queen Anne's actually started to move. Oh, I think Queen Anne might be moving. In that case, I'd imagine Iona will wait, because Iona's got to reverse out. Not so easy to get around. Oh, well, the shipmate Kate Holes as they cruised on Prima on our honeymoon in 2023. Beautiful ship. Next stage, MSC Virtuoso in June. And Iona in November. My word, shipmate, you're packing them in. Shipmate Hades says Arvia. I keep saying Iona and Arvia. It's a bit of a problem, Iona and Arvia. They are very similar looking ships. And we tend to see more of Iona because she's here every week, so I tend to default to Iona. There's one of those helter-skelters that goes down the side of the ship. Takes you down to this deck 8 here. And I suppose it's not quite the buffet, but the back at the stern of deck 8 here is a sort of a street foodie area, if I remember correctly, on Prima. Oh, let's have a look. Yep, looking at the map. Yeah, and it is. Yep. Queen Anne, as you can see, she has moved away from the dock. So she will be definitely next away. And then the Arvia will follow suit afterwards. Only 3 ships today, but 5 ships tomorrow. 5 ship Monday. I'm not sure we've had a 5 ship Monday before. No, I'm not sure I've broadcast one before. There you go. It's one of the red funnels coming in at the same time. Yeah, the shipmate Hades says they're very similar vessels. Iona and Arvia, almost identical vessels. Iona is designed for the northern European market, for the fjords, and Arvia is designed for the Mediterranean market. So she's got a slightly more outside airspace and also a retracting glass dome. Well, shipmate Alistair Adams, who is in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's excellent. It's an excellent the variety of ships. We've got the Costa Diadema, which I don't think I've never seen before. I'm pretty sure it's never been to the port of Southampton. Independence of the Seas, not seen her for a while. Then Queen Mary 2, again a firm channel favourite. Arcadia, very popular with many of the shipmates. And then last, I was going to say last but not least, or probably last least, Mein Chief 3, bringing up the tail, I think. I think Mein Chief 3 actually. Yes, Mein Chief 3 will last leave at 8 o'clock. So that'll be unusual to have 5 ships departing on a Monday. Well, the shipmate Rainbow Dragon. Oh, many thanks, shipmates. It's just given us a sticker here, and Rainbow Dragon says, "Great coverage as always. Thank you, Captain." Well, thank you, shipmate. He's just given me what looks like a Dancing Man beer token. I shall be exchanging that later. See, you can see those whole graphics quite clearly now on the Norwegian Prima, now that she's not in the sun like she was before. I really quite like these on Norwegian Prima. I think they're quite fetching. Out of all the graphics on all of the Norwegian ships, these are probably my favourite. Well, the shipmate Stefan Foys, are you broadcasting 5 ships? Yes, I shall be broadcasting them live. I have had a couple of shipmates ask me if I will broadcast the ships arriving. I'll see how that goes. I may well broadcast them arriving. Don't know. Let's see how it goes. I'm not feeling 100% at the moment, so I'm needing my captain needs his beauty sleep in his hammock, unfortunately. Well, I think that's really quite a pretty ship with all those graphics on. Well, the shipmate Andrew Lever is talking about the Race Red Funnel Ferries has very special blade thrusters. They do. They're Voigt Schneider, I think they're called. Voigt Schneider propulsion system.
Train Southampton ETS, that's all received. Morganster Toolship, Mavic, inbound for Cowes, over.
Yeah, if you Google a Voigt Schneider propulsion system, because it is the most peculiar propulsion system you've ever seen, if you're interested in that sort of thing. If I can spell it. Yeah, there we go. It is a very peculiar propulsion system. I'll stick a link for it in the chat. It is bizarre, but it's very effective. You can understand why they use it, because obviously they go in all directions, forwards, backwards. So there you go. That's the Norwegian Prima. She's just about to leave the port there. She's just passing Dockhead, looking very very sedate there. Actually, the water's looking really good today. It was a bit choppy yesterday with a few white horses around the place, but I think today looking rather smooth out there. Okay, I'm going to leave the Norwegian Prima just for a second, and we're going to head over onto box camp for Queen Anne. So there was, so this is, I said to you earlier that Paul sent over some prices from Love Cruise, and there's one that I may be having to make a call about. Now, this is one. This is what I thought this was quite good. Iceland and the British Isles, 14 nights, and this is June of this year, so not far away. Southampton, then calling it Belfast in Northern Ireland, then Reykjavik, and then Ilsefjord, Alkakuri, I'm sure I'm murdering these names, then Hirsi, And then Stornoway in Isle of Lewis, Isle of Mull, Scenic Cruise, and then Greenock. And that's 14 nights on board. And that's inside cabin from 999. Sounds to me quite attractive for 14 nights on board Queen Anne. Of course, I'll have to dust off the old dinner jacket. I seem to remember last time I wore it, I spilt a starter down the front of it. Never mind, that's something for the dry cleaners to look at. So yeah, I think that sounds quite interesting. Of course, you might be wondering where Queen Anne is actually off to today. Probably more pertinent, isn't it? Queen Anne is off on a 7-day round trip to the fjords with Michelin-starred chef Michel Roux on board. He used to run and own the fabulous Gavroche restaurant.
ETS Norwegian Prima, that's Western Shelf out now, and I've got the figures when you're ready.
Oh, Prima's figures now. Okay, good.
Norwegian Prima, ready.
Yep, passengers 3101, crew 1445 plus 1.
3101 and 21.
1445 for the crew.
1445, all received. No reported traffic.
There we go. Numbers for Norwegian Prima. So Norwegian Prima is actually, yeah, she's reasonably full. She's almost full double occupancy. And Queen Anne, we've also got numbers for Queen Anne because she rated in earlier, I remember correctly. Or did I write them down in the right place? Let's have a look. Queen Anne departs with 2,796 passengers on board. And she's got capacity for 3,000, so she's almost full as well. They're all leaving relatively full. It was only 70 Apex yesterday that left with what seemed to be like quite a gap in the number of passengers on board. Anyway, here's another price here. Again, this looks reasonable to me. £1,600 for 18 nights on board. And this is the Greece, Adriatic and Western Mediterranean. 18 nights on board. This is calling in at Cartagena in Spain. And then Messina Strait in Italy, Corfu in Greece, Dubrovnik in Croatia, Zadar in Croatia, the Messina Straits again, and then Malaga, Gibraltar, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Looks pretty good to me, actually. I always thought the Cunard ships were more expensive. Well, of course, the balcony is quite expensive, but I think if I was going, I'd be busy vlogging, wouldn't I, and filming things and experiencing the ships. I'd have 2 cruises a year and go inside rather than 1 cruise a year from the balcony. That'd be probably my tactic. But obviously that's just me saving money and bringing you interesting content. Queen Anne departs with almost full crew and almost full capacity.
Southampton VTS, Queen Anne, Pier Headway out.
Queen Anne, VTS, that's all received.
Queen Anne, of course, is the newest in the Cunard's fleet. She arrived last year, only a year old, of course. Built at an approximate cost of $630 million US. Unlike Queen Mary II, she is more of a cruise ship than a cruise liner. She has a top speed of 22 knots, 41 kilometres an hour for all your continental types, and 25 miles an hour in the King's units. Length of 323 metres and a beam of 36. 113,000 gross tons. I can't see as many people up on top on Queen Anne that we saw with Norwegian Prima. Norwegian Prima had a whole load of people up on the top, didn't we? Yeah, a bit slim pickings if you ask me. You can see the retracting roof there. Looks like it's been retracted. Well, there's shipmate Dylan Gaming. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Some have said that they're not too keen on the design of the front of the ship. It's the bridge is in the middle. Normally the bridge would be one of the top levels at the front of the ship, but the bridge is in the middle, and it does give a somewhat odd image when you look at it straight on. You see the gentle breeze there blowing the red funnel flag on top of the terminal there. Ferry is busy at the moment, unloading. They're still only running 2 ferries. One of them has broken. So they are a bit short-handed. But yeah, I might be giving Paul a call about this cruise. £1,000, 14 nights in June. See if I can get the time off, of course. And I quite like some of these destinations. Isle of Mull, scenic cruise. Stornoway. Up to Iceland as well. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. There's quite a few places there I'd like to visit. Just noticed an ambulance there getting off of the ferry. We had an ambulance yesterday on the ferry with the blue light on. Shipmate joins. Says, any chance you can zoom in on the red funnel next to the Queen Anne sign? I've got a granddaughter who's trying to spot grandparents on board. Okay, right. Yeah, I did spot that earlier, and I've been waiting because the sun is really annoyingly, basically shining right at the camera. It's quite difficult. I've got to wait till the ships go past a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't be saying the sun's annoying, should I? Yeah. Often we get to see the sun in this country. Well, there we go. Should be all right once we go past the ferry terminal. So if you're... There we go. I can see some waving. I'm guessing that's the grandparents. And they're off on a fantastic... What a great day to start their sail. It's the best place to be as well. And once you go past the ferry terminal, that's pretty much where you'll guarantee that I'm going to see you. So that's the best lighting conditions. Hey! Good stuff, shipmates. Well, I hope they have a good time. And I hope the granddaughter has spotted the grandparents. They better be bringing back some souvenirs. Maybe they'll bring back some lava or something from Iceland. Do like the red funnels on top of the Cunard ships. There we go, shipmate. Hope that's for shipmate Janie Crosswaite. Oh, shipmate Tony Foster says, see you on board the Iceland cruise if you book it. Oh, right. So you've already booked up on it, are you, shipmate? Oh, excellent. Well, I might have to see if that's something that could be arranged. One thing you can guarantee about the Cunard ships, they know how to use their horns. The other day, a couple of weekends ago, we had 2 Cunard ships passing each other at the same time. Absolutely phenomenal. Hornage, probably the best hornage we've had on the channel, I think, for just your average sort of day, not a special occasion. What we really need are 3 Cunard ships in port at the same time. Then it'll just be, well, you might as well issue defenders, air defenders across the city of Southampton. Well, there's shipmate Burnsy Bear. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Queen Anne is heading off. In case you're wondering, the Norwegian Prima, she's passing Netley Cam just down the Southampton water. And next away is the Iona. She said she'll wait. She might nip out in front of Queen Anne, or she might wait until Queen Anne passes. It looks like she's waiting until Queen Anne passes. Maybe that's why Queen Anne was giving a good honk, saying, beat you to it. think that was Iona, Arvia, getting in with some honks there. That sounded really good. I think.
Southampton VTS Arvia commenced letting go lines here at 46 berth.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Arvia BTS all received.
The wind is in the right directions, helping blow the sound towards our microphone. And if a quick look at the map here, you can see that's where the Arvia is, and that's where the Queen Anne is. So she'll be reversing out now that she's letting the lines go. Unfortunately, we can't see them because two reasons why we can't see them. One, cruise cam's not working just at this second, and two, the red funnel, red Osprey is blocking our view of the lines down there on the Arvia, which is slightly annoying. That's a good call, did you, mate? Hope you appreciate that. Well, the shipmates. Got a bit more haulage. Oh, yeah, we're in rather spoiled today, haven't we? Shipmate Bassman Bowman says he was on a cruise once. Loads of Southampton locals had booked last minute on the day and paid very little for a weekend away with great food. Yes, I do hear some. Years ago, I used to hear great deals. I'm not so sure that happens so much anymore. I'd have to ask my channel sponsor Paul. I know he has told me about some last minute deals before, but not very many. Normally when there's been a problem, the ship's broken down and it's had to cancel a cruise, and then they've got a few spare days, they'll book something out quickly. Well, this shipmate today, she says we're being treated today. We certainly are, aren't we? Having a great haulage, and they're all leaving on time. It's a privilege this time. Privilege to do a broadcast. So it's always a privilege, but sometimes they do irritate me when they're late and they mess around and they mess up my timetables. Here's a timetable for today. 5 o'clock away was the Norwegian Prima, back on time. Arvia, she also left Queen Anne also left exactly at 5:30. Arvia is going to be a touch late, but that's only because she's waiting for the Queen Anne to go past, so no real problems there. Well, it should be Jeff Smith. Don't know what this Ro-Ro ship is to the left, but it looks like it's sunk and someone's pulled it up from the sea, doesn't it? Top of it looks really like it's been underwater, that sort of horrible browny tan colour. Don't know what they were thinking, painting that colour. There we go. We get a lovely profile view here on Itchingham. Drop. Actually, I'm not. I was just about to say I'm not going to put that up because I don't want too many of you booking it up, just in case I fancy going myself.
Southampton VTS, the Queen Anne, that's the.
Not to have finished with the honking. Excellent. I think that is potentially the Arvia now departing. Quick look up at the top, see what's going on. Oh, I see a flag. Looks like we've got a flag up on Arvia there. Looks like Union Jack. I can identify that one. It's in my repertoire of flags. Yeah, visibility's not bad, is it? But it's sort of a bit hazy out there. It's got that sort of summer haze going on. Can't really see Arvia moving, but I'm sure she is. I'll turn the microphone off now. I think we've probably finished with it. Oh, got a wave over there. But I wonder if you might be interested in some prices here on Arvia before she starts moving. Here's a 14 nights in June this year for the Mediterranean, calling it La Coruna, Palma de Mallorca, La Spezia in Italy, La Sienne-sur-Mer in France, Barcelona in Spain, Cadiz in Spain, and back to the wonderful Port of Southampton. That's 14 nights on board from 1679. And this is what's interesting about Arvia. So that's 1679 for a sea view. For a balcony, though, 1749. So only a few pounds more. Get yourself an entire balcony. Get yourself a bit of suntan as you're floating around the Mediterranean. Got some enthusiastic wavers there. We see you, shipmates. We see you. And there is Queen Anne heading down Southampton water. And it looks to me like, yes, I would say Arvia is on the move. Another one on Arvia. This looks good value for money. Again, I might have to be knocking on shipmate Paul's door. This is a 14 night in September for 27? That's 2 years' time. Oh, blimey. Who knows what I'll be doing in 2 years' time. Anyway, the price is excellent, but maybe that's because it's so booked so far ahead. £1,079 for 14 nights on board. Oh, we just had some more random honking. I didn't catch it quickly enough. 14 nights on board, and that's the Spain, France, Italian cruise. Calling it Cadiz in Spain, Barcelona, La Sienne-sur-Mer in France, La Spezia in Italy, Civitavecchia in Italy, and then Alicante all the way back to the wonderful port of Southampton. There we go. Queen... no, not Queen Anne. It's not Queen, is it? It's one of the others. This is Arvia. Well, with the shipmate Anne Collins says, can you zoom from Arvia, please? Looking for Grandma. I don't know whereabouts. You'd have to. It's quite a large ship, so I could probably do with something a little bit more than just zoom in on the ship. I'm assuming maybe that's Grandma up by the sign. Up by the sign is probably the best location because I tend to leave the camera up there if not much else is going on. And then as they come out, we'll be seeing a few more. Hopefully, there'll be a few flags. Oh, we've got a couple of wavers up there by the sign. Oh, well, great start to a cruise. Just wonderful weather. Oh, it's a bit bright though. I mean, I do like to complain, but look at the water here. Down here in Netley, it's causing us real problems. Very bright images there. Not see any flags yet. I'll keep my eyes peeled. Actually, I don't know if I've said where Arvia's off to today. Have I said where Arvia's off to? I'm not sure I have. In case you're wondering, which you probably are, where is Arvia off to? Well, she's off on a 14-day round trip to Spain and France and Italy. Calling in at La Coruna in Spain, Palma de Mallorca in Spain, then La Spezia in Italy, and then Toulon in France, or Les Siennes-le-Meurs, that's in Provence, then Barcelona in Spain, and then Cadiz in Spain, and then back home. Interesting little trip, that. Yeah, Toulon's a great destination. I was in Toulon a couple of years ago. I actually tried to do a live stream from there, but I couldn't get enough mobile internet bandwidth. But I think I've found ways around that these days. Well, shipmate Dave says, on Arvia with just married flag. Oh, I'll keep a lookout for you, shipmate. Not spotted you yet. I'm assuming that would be an easy spot to spot someone with a just married flag. Well, shipmate Anne Collins says, top of the front, please, Captain. Well, I'll have to wait till the front gets out, but we'll have a look. I'll have a look across the whole ship. Shipmate Jim McIntosh says 6 days at sea out of 14. Yeah, that's quite a lot. But there are a lot of shipmates that like being at sea, I've noticed. When I was taking the Norwegian Aqua from Southampton to Boston / New York, a lot of shipmates on board were that's the way they like to travel. In fact, I was talking to one lady who was a university lecturer, and she was an American that lectured in Holland. And that's the only way she would travel across the Atlantic is by ship. And she went home by ship. And then just as she got home, the university said, we need you back here because you have to sign something. She said, can I do it over the internet? And they said, no. So she had to go all the way back by ship, sign something, go all the way back again. So it was taking her something like 20 days, 25 days to sign some paperwork. But that's what she liked to enjoy. I think when she was on board, she liked the isolation, reading lots of books, being an academic, reading books and writing papers and doing all those sorts of things that academics do. Not seeing any just married flags just as yet. Well, there should be one Dan and his boat says, next time Arvia returns to Southampton, I'll be embarking in 14 days' time then, shipmate. Oh, counting down the days. I can see lots of T-shirts off. Really, I think if you're on your balcony, it's probably quite closeted. You've probably got a really good...
Welcome to Southampton Media.
really good little sun trap. Morgan Star is a Dutch tall trailing ship, and she came to the boat show a couple of years ago. And this last year, in fact, Morgan Star is the best bar on the boat show, if you ask me. It's really good. It's a lovely little ship to walk around, really old, sort of fashioned, tall ship. She's right at the corner of the boat show. You can get onto the sort of top of it, right towards the stern, buy a little Dutch beer with a little frothy head on it, and sit there and enjoy the boat show, because one side you've got the water, so you've got all the boats going past, and on the other side you can look at the boat show. Definitely my top pick for a bar at the boat show. And it was pretty reasonably priced as well. I think it was like €4 for a beer. Oh, hello. I'm seeing something. Oh, my word. What is that? Okay, it's going to need some... No, don't put it away. No, you should put it... Oh, no. No. Put it away just as I was looking at it. I think I have to rely on my memory. Oh, hello, what's this one? We've got another one down below us, though. I think, do you reckon this is the... I can't quite read that. I think that's our just married couple, I would say. Where's the other chaps of the flag?
Pontus Highway BTS image. Pontus Highway BTS confirmed 35 first, 9.8, 2 tugs. 2 tugs at Eston and Eleanor. Your PC pass is Queen Anne's at Lanes Lake. Additional traffic information. the Coral Methane West Ride middle outward bound, Queen and Lanes Lake, and the Arvia is just backing out of the ocean dock. Oh, correction. Additionally, the Norwegian Prima passing SO out. Qantas Highway BTS, apologies to change. Yes, it's now the Arvia that you've got PC pass with. Additionally, the Bellist Teresa, she's underway in St Helens. She'll be boarding her pilot 1845 Foxtrot. Qantas Highway Southampton VTS, I will do, yeah, once she's swung and proceeding. Bellist Teresa, Southampton VTS. Bellist Teresa, Southampton VTS, advice, hold your position please, south of the main fairway. Stay south of the main fairway until the launch contacts you, over. Yes, please. Traffic information, the Morganster, West Ride, middle inward bound 4 cows. Norwegian Prima, passing SO out, clear channel, followed by the Queen Anne. Arvia backing out the ocean dock, over. Mayflower, VTS. Mayflower, pilot launch Mayflower, Southampton VTS. Mayflower VTS, did you copy my conversation with the Bellist Teresa? Mayflower VTS, yeah, that's what I said. I've asked him to hold south of the main fairway and wait for your instruction.
Southampton VTS, Red Falcon, Fishing Park, Royal PN, come and speak, please.
Falcon VTS, with caution, please. Arvia nearly completed her swing, then she'll be proceeding outbound from the ocean dock.
Whole copy, thank you.
Seven VTS received traffic information, Norwegian Prima passing SO out, followed by the Queen Anne and the Arvia, the ocean dock outbound. All clear channel.
Here's a very similar cruise coming up in
We say in
a couple of weeks' time on Arvia. virtually identical itinerary, and that's from 1679 per person, or on a
Same DTS traffic update.
or with a balcony. It's only not much more for balconies. Only 1749. Some of the newer ships have a lot more balconies than they do internal cabins. Much better designs compared to some of the older ships. Big difference in the price, and that's calling in virtually the same locations: La Coruna, Mallorca, La Spezia in Italy, La Seine-sur-Mer in France, Toulon, Barcelona, Cadiz. Then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Does seem like quite a reasonable price for a cruise in a month's time. Well, we had some wonderful honks today. I'm hoping we're going to have some great honking tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a fantastic 5-ship Monday, and I don't think we've had a 5-ship Monday before.
Norwegian Prima, VTS all received, thank you. Traffic update currently holding the ballast 3 south of the Mayflower in St Helens. Pontus Highway, Eastern Neb Tower in Woodbank.
Yep, tomorrow we have 5 ships and some interesting ones as well. Costa Diadema, first time in the port of Southampton, allegedly, definitely first time on the channel. Independence of the Seas. A lot of people have been asking about Independence of the Seas. Then Queen Mary 2, Arcadia and Mine Chief 3. Looks like departures will start at 4:30 for Queen Mary 2 and Arcadia. Then a bit of a gap, 5 o'clock Independence of the Seas. Then a bit of a gap. And then 6 o'clock we have Costa Diadema, and then quite a large gap, which probably would suit rather well. Trip to the buffet, or trip to the galley in my case, and then at 8 o'clock it's Mine Chief 3. That's all for tomorrow, on a Monday, no less. Would the shipmate Russell Prestwich? That's an interesting question. He says, which cruises are best for gluten-free? I hear some are not very good. I'd have no idea about that, shipmate, honestly. It's not something I've ever thought about. Most of them I seem to remember in the menu, in the restaurants, in the menus, they do have all the little code about what's vegetarian and what's gluten-free and things like that. So I suppose the question is, do they have a lack of variety? You know, are they... This could be your issue, I suppose.
Ballast Fraser, Southampton VTS.
I don't know. Maybe some shipmates in the chat could say which cruises they think are good.
Southampton VTS, advice, you can alter your course to the south if it's safe to do so.
Well, it's looking quite quiet on the stern of Arvia. I was expecting a whole lot of partying going on, because it's a nice evening. Oh, shipmate Flowy Sherwood says, only know because that's where I'm from, and I was going to get my first cruise. Oh, what was the flag then? Oh. He's talking about the flag that I briefly spotted. Wonder what that was then. Let's have a look. Have a look. A Birmingham flag. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm glad you spotted it. I saw it so briefly. I was looking away, and then when I looked back, it had gone. Yeah. I think you're right, shipmate. That's what I was looking for. Yes. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, well done, shipmate. Oh, God. That's what I do like about this channel so much. There's so many shipmates in the chat who know so much. It's amazing. As a couple of shipmates have pointed out, a couple of the P&O ships have changed port of registration. They used to be registered in Southampton. Now they're registered in Hamilton. Apparently this makes marriages on board easier. Oh, Shipmate Margaret says on P&O they come around in the restaurants, the special menu for people with various dietary requirements. Ah, excellent. No, good. See, I knew someone would know. That's good. Yeah, our channel sponsor says they almost all cater for it. I'd imagine, like, well, some are better than others. I'm sure they do. I don't know about the buffets. The buffets might be better. I mean, they're normally quite well labelled in the buffets, but I'm not 100%. Oh, there we go. Arvia just coming on to the side of our screens there. Shipmate Robert Fleming, did Arvia give numbers? I don't think so. No. We're waiting on numbers from Arvia. We're pretty sure we got them from Queen Anne and Norwegian Prima, but not yet Arvia. I do like this side view. It's a dead-on side view of the ships as they come onto the screen. Shipmate Joy Davenport says every time she goes on Ventura, she orders her food the night before. Says she's allergic to nuts. The staff are amazing, and I can have anything from the menu made nut-free just for me. Ooh, so I'm sure the same would be the same. Sure, the same. There you go. Well, yeah. So there you go. It sounds like it's quite possible.
Sound to BTS, Arvia, Western Southampton, main channel to the east.
Arvia, VTS all received, thank you. Stand by for figures when you have them, and could I have a PC time, please?
Yeah, aiming to be at the PC for 1900.
All received, thank you.
How about those numbers?
On the highway, Southampton VTS. Highway VTS, yes, sir. Highway VTS, north of right, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Fat Tracks, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Well, there goes Arvia heading off to the Mediterranean on a 14-day round trip, Spain, France and Italy. Calling it La Coruna in Spain, Galicia, Palma de Mallorca, the Balearic Islands, La Spezia on the Italian Riviera, Toulon in France, on the Seine-sur-Mer, Barcelona in Spain, Cadiz in Spain, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Got some numbers.
Yeah, VTS, Arvia, got the crew and passenger numbers if you're ready.
Yay.
Arvia, VTS, please.
Crew 1672, passengers 5502, a total 7174.
Arvia, VTS received, thank you.
There we go. So we have some numbers from Arvia there. I think I wrote them down correctly. So that's 5,502 passengers on board. She's maximum double occupancy of 5,200, maximum occupancy of 6,200. So at 5,502, she's pretty well full. Maximum crew of 1620. So she's a little light on the crew, but I'd say that's a very full ship, which seems to be part of the course at the moment. Well, shipmates, I hope you've enjoyed that one. If interested in coming on our group cruise in October on Sky Princess for 5 nights to Hamburg, that's overnighting in Hamburg. See if you can scan that QR code. Contact Paul, and if you want to go on any of the cruise, just contact Paul. He'll sort you out with information or sort you out prices on the cruise that you fancy, or answer all your questions. Right, shipmates, I'd just like to say thank you to all my subscribers, PayPal donors, Patreons, members of the channels, and of course, most of all, the Blue Palace crew help me out in these live streams and also all the other live streams. And if you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. So we're back tomorrow, Monday, for 5 ships. A 5-ship Monday. I don't think I've done a 5-ship Monday before. It's going to be a good day. And some unusual ships as well. Costa Diadema, Independence of the Seas, Queen Mary 2, Arcadia, and Mein Schiff 3. Well, till next time, shipmates.
Queen Anne BTS overseas, thank you. Traffic update, Teresa currently holding South Corner Voice. Pontis Highway, now Benboy, and we're bound now.
Yeah, evening Rob, just a heads up, probably 1905 for clearing the PC. Excellent, thank you.
BTA 7 past northwest, Netley. Speed please.
7 BTS, yes, for the safety.